Um, Axe has a nice bear necklace.
That actually might be. Remember that one monk did seem to take interest
Yeah,
in
no,
upon
Axe does.
requesting that question.
Yeah, yeah. That
In
actually,
fact,
yeah.
when confirming that you weren't from Custer, I will say that monk pointed at you and said, "The bear necklace, sir. This one's from the north."
Hello.
All
So
right.
they seem to have some knowledge of where you're from
Yeah. So I
and
can
what that
I
means.
I could help you with this.
We're just
Right?
doing the biggest charisma roll ever. Everyone's
How
lending me
many?
their energy.
Aegis,
You know what,
Aegis two.
Axe? I'll say that you can roll aid or assist here.
Yeah. Cool.
All right,
Eh.
you're in danger if I fuck this. So
Why did
plus
you not
3.
roll it as Axe? I'm really mad.
Azora isn't though, so like they could get upset about this and take now if they take eight, they
Ooh,
Yeah.
take
No.
Axe
13.
No.
prisoner. Azora's fine though.
Yeah.
Nice.
No. They're like looking at the. Azora is like, oh no, they're crippled.
Yeah. So yeah, there's sort of a silence over the monastery as the superior monk, sort of.
We're all supporting this argument, like banding together, and Jailbird's just like, they took my fucking arms.
Sort of the superior monk sort of like bows his head, holding his staff, like just sort of like the weight of the situation in the future sort of like barreling down on him as he looks back and says, "No soldier of Custer should enter these walls, but you're not of Custer.
Yes.
None amongst us are.
If you believe you can if you believe you can prove if you believe you can stop the attack of this man, assist in the defense, and stay the dogma of Custer, then you will be welcome in these walls."
Seems I've got to go and talk. Seems I've got to go and have a few words back in Custer.
At his like thing, then you'll be welcome. Azora does, like bow in respect at that.
Yeah. Lotus as well.
Aegis is a little bit out of touch with monk norms.
The rest of us are godless heathens, but Azora and Lotus have
It's not about being a godless heathen, it's just that Aegis just doesn't understand these social norms.
Before you go to reconvene with those in that city, I believe you should see for yourself exactly what it is we're fighting for.
I would appreciate that.
Follow me. I'll show you to the giant. And yeah, he begins to make his way towards the center building, which is
Dude,
also
can we
the
put our
tallest one.
can we put our clothes back on?
No.
Okay.
Your armor, no. You should have just worn regular clothes under your armor, like Aegis did.
Axe does not wear
Yeah.
regular clothes.
I can't believe you did that
Axe
to
is
an
just-
NPC as well. Gilbert just wasn't wearing ordinary clothes underneath her leather armor.
It would get caught up in all like the mechanics of her arms.
Damn. Being a bird person must suck.
It
Got-
does.
You got no arms.
Yeah.
You got fragile bones.
Some of them have arms.
Hollow
It's
bones.
Her specific thing. Her specific.
That's really drawing the short straw then.
Yeah. It's because I fucking chose
I mean,
that
there are
article
some
now.
humans that don't have arms either,
Yeah.
and like they have to deal with that.
Yeah, and
It's also difficult for them.
I would say they drew the short straw.
I remember a bird person was in Regents in the first party. He had arms. He had
Yeah.
fingers. He was able to
Oh,
fucking
yeah.
wield a revolver, a revolver wand.
Evil boy.
Yeah.
I
So
always
Oh, yeah.
pictured him
eagle
like
people
Owl
get
from
arms.
Meg Muck and Roll.
He got it
Wizard
coming, that
people
guy.
Okay, so yeah, you're led to this main building, and inside it is again just mostly empty, just like this big just sort of like this again just ring of wooden platforms and steps leading down, and it goes down deep into the hill itself, and you see the giant the giant made of rustic metal gears around its gears all over that bitch.
Fucking bitch gears
just
geared up.
yeah, like 30 stories tall, like head reaching up to your like up to the top, and it's in sitting position.
Being shown this ancient sacred monument, and Axe is just dick out for it.
Yeah.
Dicks out
And
for
it
the clockwork
rises.
giant.
Yes, the statue rises.
And yeah, he says, "This is the clockwork giant,
Wow.
several millennia old."
Wow. Now I can understand how you two feel every time you look at Axe.
Full of terror.
How many is several?
Hang on, wait. Let me just roll this. By the way, this is in giga inches. Okay. That's the clockwork giant.
That's more giga inches than Axe.
It sits dormant at the
Like I
center.
told you, they're giant inches.
It sits dormant here at the center of our monastery, behind all of our layers of defense. We see to its maintenance. We study it. We write of it. We keep its records.
I'm gonna ask you something that you probably don't want to answer, but if you were going to attempt to break into that machine, how would you go about it? That's the question you've got to ask if you want to keep Gamble from it.
We have.
You don't need to
Anyone
answer
would-
that. You don't need to answer that to me if you want to keep that locked up. But that's something to consider.
Indeed.
Goes
If
to
he ever-
visit a religious site. When would you say you're most vulnerable to attack? When do you have the fewest guards?
I don't want to ask
If
questions that
someone
would
were
make.
to break back in and burgle this, what night would you recommend?
That's why I addendum that question to make it
Yeah.
more reasonable.
If the day comes that these walls are breached, if you are here, you'll see.
Right. So you've watched over this its whole life. You keep records of it. Has it changed at all?
It has. Its energy is a constant source. It lies dormant. We keep it dormant. We make sure that it doesn't. We make sure that no failures occur in its design. No damage of time. So, only of maintenance, truly.
Does it have an interior that can be moved around in, or are we looking at more or less the whole thing?
It has an interior. A pilgrimage that only the eldest, that only our eldest monks can make.
Right. Yeah, Aegis is just like scanning the monastery. He's like trying to figure out, where would Gamble likely attack? What are the weaknesses? Kind of scanning the
Right.
courtyard.
Oh, roll certain realities.
Shit. Wouldn't be Aegis if he didn't fuck up a discern realities roll. Aegis just like trips over and like smashes his face into the giant's leg and it just falls to pieces instantly.
Yeah, as far as you can tell, it is impregnable.
Aegis feels very assured.
Yeah.
Aegis just gets a big smile and thinks this will be easy. I'm sure to win.
So, what are we to expect when you come back here?
We have a crawling house. It's a bit large. We'll come in through the same wind tunnel that we did. There are several more of us. There's Batperson Mage. There's an Elven Scout. I'm gonna have pulling it up. There's a human and a human chef.
Very well.
She makes very good food.
We'll try and assist in your defense. I imagine we won't be assisting in the battle between Custer and Tarrant. We'll be more focused on making sure, obviously, if Custer troops aren't allowed in here and we're not going to be working directly with them, we'll come in here and try to bolster your defense. Keep an eye out for Gamble and stop him in his tracks.
Understood. Very well. We'll be expecting you. And
I do
only
tell
as
him,
you've described.
because I can't remember the thing, it's at the end of this week. I give him the date of the battle when this is all expected to go down.
Yeah, he nods and he says, if by any chance we are breached beforehand, we'll send up the flare we sent to her, he says, looking at Gelbert.
Also, I suppose it goes without saying, but when we come back to aid in the defense, we will be armed. I presume that isn't a problem.
Certainly not. They'll be alerted. But understand that the moment you show any sign of threatening the giant, our stabs are upon you.
Understood.
Even if
God, I hope Gamble.
Yeah, no, that's actually asking about even if Gamble take it over.
The question Aegis considered but didn't ask.
Yeah.
But I'm glad
He
someone
furrows-
is.
Yeah, he furrows his eyes looking at you and says, we will do all, but we will die removing him before we turn our weapons on the giant.
So you're asking us to stand down in that event.
We must find a way to remove him. I'll have all I can spare to look into that.
Actually, Neo, so before we go, I actually want to eye up the giant.
Yeah.
He want to see it. He want to look at it and like determine if he could, if he shot at it, like how much damage would one of his swings do? Like how much could he dent? Like how much could he dent this?
Are you
Like,
just
how
asking to like be able? Do you just
No,
wanna go
he
into
said
that?
Axe is looking at it. He's
Do
mentally
you just want to
picturing
go in? Do you just want to go into that and just see like
Yeah.
percent
No,
chance
but
to see
like
what the
it's
health
basically
bar looks like?
he's basically eyeing it up and seeing like
Hey,
getting an estimate. How
M,
strong is this
hypothetical
thing?
question.
Yeah.
If Gamble got in there, do you think that the balance rune would fucking work on the.
Oh, genius! Genius!
It's just deactivated by Azora just coming up and whacking that rune on the fucking side.
No,
He's
you know
so-
what it is? He gets in and it's like he can't, like, the machine's immobile. It's like barely moving. Then Azora slaps a balance talisman on it, and it's all perfectly weighted and nimble and balanced now and moves great.
Yeah.
Or
But
just
what Axe is
this baby
let's
can
see.
hold so much neutrality.
basically Axe is trying to figure out, okay, you know, how about this? Axe is just eyeing it up and seeing if he can find any sort of weak point that he could exploit, you know,
Roll
smash.
wisdom. Roll discernment.
Axe is the one who's thinking in the long term here, in case of.
Alright, you got one question.
I keep forgetting what the discern reality questions are. So
Azor puts the balance talisman on him, and it just makes him go Thanos and like destroy half
what
the
should I-
cities in Hemlock.
you know, for my question is, what is useful or valuable to me? Like what is useful for Axe to put on memory on this giant? Like something of note that he could use against it, maybe, or like use to grab on, or
It
later.
looks like the eye sockets might be an entrance inside.
Ooh.
Axe is just staring at this machine,
Yeah.
just thinking, salivating at the prospect of a big
Yeah.
fight.
Yeah, it's gonna have to be you and Azora getting into like a oddly phallic vehicle that you have to thrust into the eye of the giant to get inside.
Meanwhile, some 80s fucking hair metal is playing.
Damn, Am is muted. It's so sad.
Sorry, I got a phone call. It was spam.
Yeah, the way into the giant is through its eye.
Oh
Axe
no!
and Azora will have to get into a
No.
phallic vehicle and launch themselves at the eye of the giant.
Wow, really coming full circle
Yeah.
on and all.
Fucked up, messed up.
The fluids running through its head are actually both white and red.
Just really leaning into it.
Yeah. There's actually a smaller giant nearby, a smaller clockwork creature
No!
nearby that's much
No!
happier
No.
and.
Oh god.
I don't get it.
Her friend, her adopted
I don't
sister.
get
All right, so yeah, he looks at you and says, "Well, go on and relay these terms to the to your contacts at the Custer military."
I just had a really awful thought.
Oh.
I'm gonna PM it to M.
Oh no.
Not Neil. You mentioning the eye and you saying driving something phallic. It's literally just this.
Yeah. Epic.
Cancel.
Jesus Christ.
That's a good reaction to that.
Uh-oh. So yeah, your items are returned to you, your armor,
Cool.
as you are.
Axe is sorry, Axe. Hope Axe didn't feel lonely without Axe. Axe sure did.
He's okay. Don't worry, guys. He's okay. Or at least he's normal.
So, I'm so
Yes.
you're all just gonna fly back up to the wind tunnels. I guess Lotus or Azora and Axe have to shrink back down.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. Okie dokie. And
Sure.
you're off, I suppose. Unless you have anything else you want to do or say.
Aegis is done.
Alright.
Do you have any sacred cooking ingredients? Our friend Reina likes them.
Anything unique? Any recipes?
Alright, so you're off?
Yeah.
We off.
Okie dokie. Nice. So yeah, as you get back into the wind tunnels, Jelber looks at you and says, "Well, Chief, that went better than expected."
Yeah. We all got out of there okay, and they're understanding enough.
So, we're going to have to defend that thing.
Yeah.
Are you going to keep to their word of not turning our weapons on it if Gamble takes it?
Don't think I could. I suppose we'll have to see out the situation and I'll make a call in the moment, but if they trust that they can deactivate it, they know it better than anyone.
That's true.
That
I'm just
said, they
amazed I
might.
got to see it.
That said, they might just think they understand it. Gamble taking it over would be uncharted territory for everybody.
If you had the opportunity to destroy it, you know, before Gamble gets there, or one of us has the opportunity, would you take it or want us to?
I don't think I
Or
want
hold
us
to?
I don't think I want us to, no.
You should have said that in a squeaky voice.
Just
I can't do a squeaky
well, no. Here's the
Sorry.
thing: you're currently like in a pocket, so you don't have to do a squeaky voice. But like,
Yeah,
if we
just
could destroy it before.
Muffled and squeaky.
muffled and
Yes,
Axe
is here.
Oh, no. Muffled and squeaky sounds like,
So yeah, as
Uh.
you land back down on the walls, Jailbird just brings up, I'm just happy I got to see it. No one else at the scrap heap has seen that thing.
does it have a connection to the scrap heap?
It's made of the same materials that the old Clockwork Wasteland things are.
I wonder where it came from. I don't know the history of all of that.
Alright, so, descending back down, you're gonna go meet with Keys, or I guess up with the rest of the no ones first?
Yeah, get back to the nowhere first. Just to let them know we're not dead, and then I'm gonna go meet with Keys and give him an update. Give him a.
Cool.
Just let him know that, hey, we play in a lot of sides right now.
Okay, so you're off to go see Keys. Yeah. You're you're pretty much in his office looking at split. You're high priority.
We're a big deal now.
Keys greets you and says, "News?"
We went and we spoke to the monks of the giant.
How the hell did you do that?
Well, they're pretty reasonable if you sneak up on them.
How did you sneak up on them?
Came in from above.
How?
That's not important right now. Look, what we need to discuss is
That's
their
pretty
terms for the.
important.
Forgive me for this, but they don't trust Custer very much, and I would rather not divulge how I got in there. It's just as a show of trust to them, because they're willing to cooperate to an extent to stop Gamble, but they don't trust Custer as far as they could throw you.
Of course.
I mean, I imagine they could throw him pretty far.
It's a turn of phrase.
Well, what relevant information are you
We
willing
don't
to
have
share?
those in Grimwood.
Well, more or less what I just said. They don't want their giant reactivated, and from what they understand of Custer, and you can confirm or deny this, I'm pretty sure it's one way, but give it to me straight here. People in Custer want that thing destroyed for good.
Indeed, we do.
Well, they're steadfast in the idea that it should never be reactivated. They're no threat to it. They're no threat to you or your to Custer or your way of life. And look at it this way. Well, look at it this way. I imagine that in your eyes and in the eyes of many of the people who are working with Custer's military, this will be your once-in-a-lifetime great excuse to destroy that thing.
Yeah, he just sort of looks at you with a sort of furrowed brow.
And I'm asking you to let that opportunity go by, because they are very much steadfast in their devotion to keeping this thing deactivated, dormant, a non-threat. And I think a show of trust would be better than keeping them on edge.
And what do we get out of just letting them, about just letting that pass by?
Look at it this way. You try and take that thing, odds are you're going to fail. They are deeply rooted in there. All you're going to do by trying to mess with a giant right now is create an opening for Taran and for Gamble. You're just going to create a bigger danger if you take that opportunity. It will be a flub. You'll get in the way of it. You let the monks do their job, let that opportunity pass by. I'm going to estimate that we wind up sparing thousands, tens of thousands, possibly millions of lives, depending on how far that giant might get before someone finally manages to take it down.
And
If
intend to
if your military, I realize you're just an inspector, you may not be the person to talk to, we may need to talk to others, but if your military goes through with trying to interfere with the monks while that opportunity looks good, you're just going to play into Taran's hand. You're just going to weaken the people who know how best to defend it and possibly shut it down, if the worst comes to pass.
And do you intend to be on the ground when this happens?
I promise them that they don't want any custom military man within the monastery. I'll be within the monastery, keeping watch on Gamble. I'll try to assist the custom military as best I can, but I think the best way for me to do that is from within the monastery, seeing as my troop are basically the only ones allowed in there on foot. I realize this is non-ideal and this isn't quite what we agreed to, but I honestly believe this is the best shot for everyone in Hemlock.
In Hemlock, huh?
I realize that may not sound agreeable to you when it's in the midst of a civil war, but this war, you said it yourself, the war ends this week. Things have to go back to normal at some point. You want it ending with only more death to follow, or with at least some return to peace?
Alright, so roll charisma for me. Alright, so he just rubs his head and says, I'll give your proposal to the military people. They already know about you and what you've done. I don't know how well this sits with them, but we'll see how persuaded they will be. But in the meantime, if we do this, if we let that thing stay where it is, I need your word that if Gamble gets in there, if it starts to wake up, you turn all your goddamn firepower on it and you've opened the fucking floodgates for everyone else to do so as well. I don't care if those monks stay steadfast till their end. Will be their end.
Yeah, Aegis pauses for a moment, just looks right at him, and he's really trying to think whether or not he lies in this situation. Hang on, let me just look at something real quick. Let me just double check. I know this is like a very, very weird one, because he's not an enemy. I guess he is, in a roundabout sense, an enemy, because we're arguing right now. You always know in which goblet resides the poison. When an enemy is watching you and there's a difficult choice to make, the GM will tell you what the enemy expects you to do.
Oh, damn.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah,
he
expects you to.
He expects me to agree.
to agree to just say, hey, yeah, you will. Okay, yeah, we'll if that thing starts to wake up, we'll plow right through the monks and blow it up ourselves, and
I could
you any opportunity to do so.
lie to you and say that I will, but I made a pact with the head monk there that I will let them try to resolve the situation. I'm not going to stop you from reneging on what trust there is, but as for me and my unit, we're going to trust the people who know what they're doing.
Yeah, he just grunts and like rubs his temple. This is gonna be a fucking hard sell.
Well, I'm a soldier, not a diplomat. This is the best I can offer you.
You're really just going to let them try to rip whatever's happening out of there before laying fire on it? How far does it have to get before you consider that pack done? Before you consider that they've had their shot? How far does that giant get out of that monastery before you actually start to tear that thing apart?
I'm a man of my word, but I'm also a man of survival. If my life is in danger, I'll react accordingly. So I ask you to trust me to make a judgment in that situation. You trusted me with Gamble, and I found him.
So you did. And yeah, he scratches his head. And at least the Emberwell board seem to think highly of you.
Yeah, I'm not sure what to make of that.
You act on your own accord. I'll talk to the military about this.
Right. Well, I'm gonna go and prep my troops. And we might see each other again, but in case we don't, well, we're gonna have to see each other again, but in the meanwhile, enjoy the rest of your week, Keys. I have a feeling that things are gonna change after this, come one way or the other.
Come what may. Yeah, he just starts writing. He just gets back to writing something down.
Yeah, Aegis returns to
Yeah.
nowhere, gives everyone a brief on how that meeting went. That essentially, we don't quite have Key's full support, and what the custom military is going to do is, as of yet, unknown to us.
So, Nostria just says, "We're going to, but we're going to be in the monastery."
That's where we're going to be. Yeah, right in the middle of it.
Oh my gosh.
I obviously trust you to be respectful to it, but they're strict. The monks there are strict about protecting that thing. So,
Of course, reverence.
yeah.
I wouldn't dare dream to treat it with anything but I can't believe you got to see it, Jailbird. Yeah, Jailbird just nods. As Nostria just looks at you and says, "Do you know if they're okay with, like, sketchings of it?"
I didn't ask.
Will
But
we have time for me to sketch it?
I could not answer you.
Can we get there early?
Yes, we'll probably get there early. We're probably going to go there early anyway to see about the defenses.
Ah, okay. Cool.
Whether or not that leaves you time for sketching, I could not say.
Yeah. And, yeah, she just starts, like, gathering up her stuff. And, Coram just scratches his head and says, "So, we're pretty much in the dark on Custer, then."
Yeah, I'm sorry, but that's the best I could get us. He's going to have a word to the military advisors, and he might get back to me. I might check in on him a day or two before the thing, and we can work with what he tells them. That's if he doesn't get back to me first.
Well, as long as they're not shooting us down.
They won't, but what I fear is that if the worst comes to it and Gamble gets in, or if they do decide they're going to make their play and try and destroy the giant, where does that leave us? I have a feeling that it'd probably be best we work with the monks because they would be the best shot at actually keeping Gamble out of the thing, but then that makes us an enemy of 2 city-states in the middle of a conflict zone. And that's not good for us.
It'll leave us in a creek without a paddle.
Yeah. Essentially, I'm hoping and praying that Custer aren't stupid.
Meanwhile, O'Malley's office.
Just the guy who runs the Custer military going, look, we need a big loan. We need a big-ass loan.
Hello there, O'Malley's here for O'Malley's.
You seemed pretty on board with their destroy the giant idea before you met the monks.
I trust them to be men of their word. Before I met them, I had only the vaguest idea of what they stood for. I've had my ups and downs with a few different religious people in the last few months, but I trust what they're doing.
Oh no, Azora's still kind of like feeling the, still leans a bit personally that like destroying it, if we get the chance would still probably be a better idea, but she will follow your guidance. We haven't seen the head of the Custer military. Maybe it just is O'Malley.
Oh, if it is O'Malley, then they are not going to destroy that thing. O'Malley will be trying to take that thing for himself. That's how we know
Am I
that.
good enough for you now, Milkshake?
That's how we know that O'Malley isn't in charge of the Custer military, because it's destruction, not acquisition.
O'Malley's like, oh man, I'm gonna use this to sell so much. I'm gonna sell this one off.
He's just gonna use it as a mascot for advertisements.
My loans are giant.
It's the picture of him standing next to it, like.
He's gonna try and activate it by luring various innocent people in and like feeding them to the machine.
It worked with the other one. That means he's gonna try to fuck it first.
I was gonna bring up, yeah.
And we know that an entrance is through the eyes.
No! I like to think that O'Malley doesn't really understand how Milkshake's like feeding works and just thinks that his cum is like really powerful and makes people stronger.
Does that mean he's been drinking his...
Oh no. No. I'm putting a stop here. No.
Can't believe O'Malley is guzzling his own product.
O'Malley won't drink.
I mean, Vigor's already sampled it, and Vigor was
and
pretty
he
strong.
did get stronger.
So...
He did get stronger after that session.
He did.
All proof points to O'Malley.
Yeah, like, we're just following the thread of logic here. Like, we don't know who that prostitute was in Scrap Heap, but, like, for all we know, she's, like, she's killing it now.
Oh, what a world.
What a world we live in.
What a world.
What a world.
Look at this.
Okay, so I guess Reyna pipes in, I suppose. She hasn't had to say anything this session yet. So she says, so when the chips are down, we're monks?
Yeah, when the chips are down, we're monks.
Sick?
If Gamble does take over that machine, we're going to let the monks make their play first. If it fails, I trust everyone to make the best call for their survival. I'll be trying to keep an eye out for everyone. I imagine nothing less.
In the meantime, we should train, be in our best fighting shape when the time comes.
Aegis nods at
I want
that.
everyone to be at 100%.
Right, drilling is back on the menu, I'm sorry to say.
Ah, hell. That just says it, yeah. But yeah. So cut to montage.
Yeah, I suppose we can exempt Reyna from drilling. In that I don't think we're expecting her to be, like fighting anything.
Man.
I think everyone
That is the move I'm about to use. Make a man out of you.
Nice.
So we have 7 days, including today.
Yep. You got a bolster.
Okay,
You
so
got enough for a bolster. And your little.
oh, we can bolster.
Bolster.
And so
bolster.
the way
What
this
was that
works
again? Was it
is-
just make us
It's
stonk?
when you spend your leisure time in study, meditation, or hard practice, you gain preparation. Prepare for a week or two, 1 preparation. A month or longer, 3. When your preparation pays off, you get to spend 1 prep for a +1 to any roll.
So we're gonna get 1 prep, and we're also gonna get something from Azora's move.
Yes. My move also gives us preparation. It can give us more preparation. So for once per day per training, I can roll. Oh, it's wisdom. 7 to 9, it's a +1 forward. On a 10+, get a preparation. And you can hold up to a maximum of 3 bonuses, and it lasts for a week. So each day, will last for a week. So I roll this 7 times, figure out how much preparation is gotten, and then divide
I thought
it
that
up.
prep always ever lasted 24 hours.
No, it's a week.
Oh.
Training montage. You have 1 week to spend your preparation or +1 forward. Gain through the always ready move. You can't keep more than 3 of these bonuses in total. So, between +1 forwards and preparation, you can only have a maximum of 3 preparation.
Hold on, this is interesting. Is training montage like modifying always ready?
Yes. Yes.
Okay, gotcha.
As does make a man out of you. Make a man out of you is what lets me share training montage with other people. So I can train 2 other people per day.
Yeah. Well, it's 3 plus Ka, which means that
Right.
you have a -2 in Ka.
Wow.
So you get to train 1 other person. That's pretty sad.
That's so fucked up.
I mean, it's fine. With the week, that still is enough time to train everyone.
Yeah, but not to fill up to max or anything.
Well, we're gonna discount Reyna. You already discounted Reyna from this.
Yeah, even so. Okay.
Well, I mean,
anyways.
that scarring will heal at some point in the week, so...
Yeah, at what point?
When did you get the scar? Shit.
You two keep discussing this, and just
was
know that
this-
Aegis is gonna take prep, not +1
was
forward.
this during the scythe fight?
So,
Yeah.
I'm gonna go get a drink. I'm gonna go get a drink.
Actually,
Oh.
Okay.
Aegis will take preparation for his.
technically, it was the fight with the
Shredder.
clock guy.
Oh,
It
I thought
was-
it was the
yeah.
shredder.
Tonight we
No,
dine on
Shredder,
turtle
I
soup.
got stunned and confused, or I got shaky, but those got healed.
Right. Well,
And
it
this
the
was
same
my
thing.
last one that didn't get healed.
Yeah.
Tonight.
Well, it was the night before, but
Okay, so I guess that. Yeah, that should.
hey, I
heal
see a
by the
blue
end of-
jay.
Yeah, that should end on. Yeah, that should end. That should heal like the next day.
Instantly
Okay,
distracted.
Jill brings a blue jay, and I saw a blue jay, so I got
Hey,
excited.
Yeah, but a training montage. So that's you have 1 week to spend. Your
Also, I'll be
preparation
right
for-
back, too.
Oh, okay. So that just means you. Oh yeah, you get to keep it for a week instead of 24 hours. I
Yeah.
get it.
So
Gotcha.
each day I can do a training montage each day and generate whatever I roll that day.
Okay.
So I will just roll it for the
Roll
week
this
and
7
then
times. Yeah. Your
and it's
wisdom.
wisdom, right?
Yep. That says it on the move. You have it open.
Oh well, not off to a great start.
That's sad. That's also
Bad.
very sad.
Um.
It takes a while to get into the groove of things, I suppose.
Yeah. Jesus Christ.
This is really, really upsetting.
Hey, we finally got a preparation on day fucking 5.
There's a forward.
Okay, so the first 2 days didn't matter. We got nothing from those.
Well, that's
so
fine
that-
because then that means the charisma didn't matter. Now
Yeah,
you're healed. I just unchecked your scarred for you.
thank you. So
We've got 2 +1 forwards and 2 preps.
yeah, and I can. So I will have. Is the bolster preparation, does that count towards the maximum of 3?
No.
Okay. So in that case, I have 3 prep and 1 forward. Let's write these up.
So who gains? So Aegis wants some prep. So I guess he was training with you on on the 11 or the 12,
Okay.
or perhaps both, so that he may have 3.
How about Axe? I think Axe should have some prep.
So Axe, do you want both prep?
Axe? Sweet.
Sweet. Sweet.
I
Oh,
mean,
of
I'm
course,
just
I
gonna
guess you
give-
want mine.
I'm just gonna give Sweet some preparation. And we have bolster. So he will have. So gonna give the preparation to him.
Shouldn't you have +2 forward?
No, because I can only hold a maximum of 3 bonuses.
Oh, okay. Gotcha.
So, yeah, you can't give both prep and both,
Okay.
Or I gave myself 2 preparation and 1 forward.
Yeah, because of the bolster, I guess.
Yeah, and the bolster gives me an additional preparation.
Gotcha. Okay. So and Aegis is on for both of the 11 for both the 11 and the 12 then. I'm assuming, since Snake said he wanted prep.
Okay. And then that would leave me with 4 +1 forwards to give out, which I could give
And also
to...
2 other preps because you have 1 other slot with you.
Wait, what 2 other preps?
Well,
If I'm giving 2 prep to each Aegis and Axe,
what? No,
if they
you
each get 2 prep, that's all the
get,
prep.
if he trained with you on the 11, on the day with the 11, then he gets a prep along with you.
Yeah. Prep.
And if he trains with you on the 12, he gets a prep along with you. So
Yes.
if you're going to give, are you going to give it to Axe as well?
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. So
but
Axe
he
gets...
didn't answer though, was the thing. So I guess so.
Right.
Hello,
But-
I was already
Sweet,
just getting.
Do
sweet.
you want both of your do you want the 2 preps, or would you rather the preps go to one of the NPCs?
You know, I can take one.
You can also take 1 prep if you want.
No, Axe is gonna be a bit greedy, but he'll take 2
Okay.
prep.
Okay.
Okay.
In addition to your bolster, so none of the NPCs get preps. Well, I guess I don't know if they benefit from the bolster. I'm not sure that they do.
Right.
I'm just so we're just leaving the NPCs. They're gonna die. Corm is gonna die in Aegis's arms, and Aegis gonna finally
They're GMPCs, they can
I'm
count
back.
first.
and like
So
when when Corm dies in Aegis's arms, Aegis is gonna be like, I'm not elf
So
racist.
Aegis, you want there are 2 days available where one can train and get prep, and do you want both of them?
If I don't take both of them, I'm going to imagine that someone else will get the other one.
Well,
and they would go to
here's
an
the
NPC.
thing. Yeah. For
Yeah, split it between me
or-
and me and an NPC.
Okay, so you'll only
Okay.
train with the prep on one of the days. Okay.
Yeah.
You can also get. There's also some +1 forwards on the table. Like, okay, let me put it this way: you can each take a maximum of 3 bonuses, and you can take up to 2 preparation or up to 2 +1 forward. Take as much as you want. Whatever you don't take will go to an NPC.
I think I'll just
So
take.
just first, how much do you want?
And keep in mind you have a prep from Bolster as well.
I'll just take a prep and have 2 prep.
That's it.
Yeah. I want the NPC. I want our crew to live. So.
Damn. Well, Axe wanted to take both preps.
Well,
No,
I'm not.
there is a total of 4 prep. They can each take 2 prep. That's fine. That just leaves no preparation for the NPCs. Or no, but if Axe or if Aegis is only taking 1 prep, that
Then
leaves
there will be one prep
prep.
available
Yep.
if Axe takes 2.
Correct.
So Axe, are you taking 2 prep? In addition to
Fine.
your Bolster prep.
Fine, everyone. I'll take his one.
Do
No.
you want a? Do you want to take a
+1
+1
forward?
forward?
Along with it?
Yeah, sure. I can take a plus forward.
Nice.
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 Okay, so.
Okay,
who do
so
you
now
want
we
to
have
get? You have 2
2
prep
prep
available
and
to get
3
to
forward.
NPCs.
Yeah.
Divvy it up. Who do you want?
I think Nostria should have a prep. I could see her, that being useful.
If
Cor-
Nostria dies, then Azora's just gonna fucking solo the giant. So.
fucking meanwhile, Corum is like, oh, I see who's the favorite.
She has magic.
I
so
see
it
who's the
doesn't matter-
favorite.
I don't think it's ever been. I don't think anyone has ever been in the dark as to who the favorite is. Like, everyone can see it.
No, Corum is gonna betray you here now. He could deal with elf racism. It's just the
I
favoritism.
like the idea that
that-
Corum has always thought that he was Azora's favorite. Just in the back of his head. That doesn't seem very Corum to me, but I don't know. Corum doesn't strike me
no.
as someone who's, like, petty like that.
What if Nostria isn't even Azora's favorite?
That'd be
What if
fucked
y'all
up.
are just making
I can't imagine.
Oh, Azora likes Reyna. Azora thinks Reyna's real nifty.
I think it's unhealthy to put people in categories of favorites.
Okay, so I think. Do you guys agree that giving Nostria a preparation makes sense?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
Magic.
I
Do
think
we wanna give the other
Aegis's prep is 1 for spear, 1 for javelin. Like, prepping is... Oh no, 1 for sword, 1 for javelin. He's been on his own time prepping his throws and sword training from Azora. Sword drills.
We could give Nostria 2 preparation, or we could give the other one. I think Lotus would also make sense.
Yeah, I
or
think
maybe Jailbird.
because Lotus or Jailbird. Jailbird has been near death the most.
It's up to you're the boss. It's
Well,
your
it's
call
you're
who gets
the one
other
who's
preparation.
running the drills, so
You
you.
could take a look at their moves if you want a better idea.
True, yeah.
So from Aegis's.
All the NPCs have original moves that you can.
Yeah. I mean, airlift might actually be really useful in this encounter.
That's some crunchy shit.
Yeah, Swede's got a carrot.
Oh shit.
What's up, Doc?
Yeah, what's up, Doc?
I've never liked raw carrots.
I
Okay,
think
so-
Lotus still probably makes more sense though.
Alright.
Yeah.
So
He has Miracle Palm, which is a very good move.
right. Thank you, sweet.
I really
Um,
appreciated that noise. Didn't hate it whatsoever.
All right, so one prep to Nostria, one prep to Lotus, and then we have 3+1 forwards. I think one has to go to Jailbird. Corm deserves, one. Like give him something.
Oh, I'm gonna
Maybe
set my
give the
health
other
back to max.
and the other +1 forward. Who do we want to give that to? I think Jailbird or Nostria makes the most sense.
I mean, Nustria already has a +1, doesn't she? She already
She
has.
has a prep.
You can have a maximum of 3 bonuses though.
Yeah, I know, but I was
And-
just thinking in terms of like spreading around.
Yeah.
Making sure everyone
Nostria
has something in
one
their back.
preparation. Everyone except Reyna has something right now.
I don't think Reyna's going to be getting into the
Yeah.
action
Right.
if things go well.
So I think.
So
And
I
like
did-
NPCs roll rarely enough that like, a +1 forward I think does a lot more on an NPC.
Hmm.
But again, it's like
I'll leave the
Oh, what do you
I'll leave the final judgment in your hands. I think spreading out is the way to go.
but again, all 4 NPCs have 1 bonus right now.
So
Okay.
it's either
Just
going to
be
be Jailbird with 2 +1 forwards or Nostria with a prep and a +1 forward.
Yeah.
Okay, Nustria, I'd argue then.
And so final call, do they get Bolster, our NPCs?
I don't know. So like, looking at it, I guess it doesn't say. Obviously, none of these mention that they're like, but these are like all the basic moves. Do they all have? Oh wait, do NPCs all have access to basic moves?
I feel like they're meant to act. I don't know. I think they're meant to act just
I think
narratively.
they just don't have stats, but like can do basic, but are just
I
like
believe they are meant to have. Followers can make the encumbrance, make camp, and recover moves, and can make last breath at the GM's discretion. Oh wow,
oh, I didn't know that was in the rule.
that's
I
in Perilous
didn't.
Wilds. It's in Perilous Wilds.
Perilous-
Yeah, they says
gotcha.
that they're allowed to make encumbrance, make camp, and recover moves, and they're allowed to make last breath at the GM's discretion.
That's very
Unless,
good.
Unless otherwise, it's at my discretion.
Hmm.
Unless otherwise noted.
Basically,
don't make
everyone
any
but
of the
Corin
basic
gets a
moves.
last breath roll.
Unless otherwise noted, they don't make any of the basic moves.
I don't think Bolster is like, I don't know. That feels like in a different category of thing,
I was
mean,
considering before we did anything this session of doing a recruit roll, not to get an individual, but to get some more mercenaries. But I think with the deal we made, might be bad to roll up with a whole other squad. It's like,
Yeah.
hey, welcome to the Giants Monastery, and it's just some fucks we got at the bar.
Yeah.
Come
so,
on
yeah,
in.
like the thing is like some of their tags are like let them use things like volley or spout lord to turn realities, but none of their tags
Right.
let them use bolster.
But like
So
Bolster's
that
a
may-
generic move like make camp or last breath or something like that. It's not tied to stats.
Well, that's
or, like...
listed up there at the top.
I know,
they can't
right?
do
No,
those.
but I think Bolster is in the spirit of that. Like the moves that NPCs can't necessarily make are again things that are like you roll an action like
Right.
volley or whatnot. Things like carouse or last breath are more neutral and generic, and I think
I don't
Bolster
think they can
is in the
carouse.
spirit of this. Oh well.
What do you two think? If you were GMing, would you give the NPCs access to the bolster?
I think in
I'm
this...
just saying.
Oh, go ahead, Sweet.
No, I was gonna say this is the last session, so you might as well just do it for fun.
That was basically my fault.
Personally, as a GM, just in general, I would.
Guess
I
the
think
question is, do we consider do we have just tiers of NPC and follower?
Yeah, I
it's
think amorphously we do.
Are the no ones just of a higher tier? in terms of NPC. And
Let me
of
put it this
NPC.
way: in Grimwood, like I absolutely think I would have let Roderick bolster Joshua and Joseph
Right.
if y'all took a
Okay.
week. Like I don't think I would have like thought about that.
Because if we
you know,
just had
that-
Johnny Mercenary, I don't think I would have him bolster. So I guess the question is, do we consider?
I think we've
the
traveled with these lot long enough, and they've had enough time of character development. And
It's same thing with last.
you know what?
Breath,
You
too,
know
I
what,
think.
Neo? Here's what I've got. I think this should, looking at it this way, who in the no ones would have the discipline to do the week's training?
So not Reyna.
Not
Yeah.
Reyna. Reyna gets no prep. Hell
No, Reyna
Well-
would not bolster. She would just chill. Corim, I don't know. Maybe he doesn't. I think he'd have to get paid. I don't think he would. Nustria, she was a hardworking student, but but she doesn't enjoy the military. I'm talking down everyone actually bolstering right now.
well, bolster is study, meditation, or hard practice.
That's true. Yeah. So Nustria could do the study part. That's
Lotus meditates. We know.
yeah. Lotus.
We know Corin
Reyna
can practice.
could be practicing her cooking.
Epic.
Doesn't have to be military.
You know
I
what?
mean,
Fine.
it's any role. It doesn't have to be a combat role.
what?
Reyna
Fine,
can just be
fine.
studying cooking.
They get the bolster, but I don't think
Cool.
Reyna does. Because she's
Okay.
just chilling. She's just chilling. All right.
Okay.
So yeah, each one of them has +1 prep.